Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Professional Arts, and Dr. Carolyn Green will receive the graduates. Sadaya Ali, Edmonton, Alberta. Sadaya recalls having positive interactions with many of her instructors, in particular Brenda Davis and her mentor, Dr. Jane R. Scott, who was always there for her during her difficult times. She acknowledges her mom, who has always supported her and who gave her the strength and courage to pursue another degree. She gives special thanks to her partner for seeing the potential in her and for pushing her to go further to achieve it. Sadaya Ali. Michelle Lynn Atchison, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Michelle remembers receiving her very first package of AU course materials. She tore it open and began with such excitement. Contrast that to clicking the Submit for Marking button in her very last Human Services 489 course. The feelings were so vastly different. She extends sincere thanks to all of her AU instructors and to the AU staff who provided support, as well as to her family who always had faith in her. Michelle Lynn Atchison. Ivana Bayanis, Edmonton, Alberta. Ivana chose AU because of the ability to create her own school schedule. Working on her studies alone allowed her to stay properly focused, and she appreciated the easy-to-access one-on-one communication with her professors. There are a number of people that she thanks for supporting her during her studies, including her dad, her sisters, her nieces Victoria and Isabella, the Rayner clan, and the family members who live in Poland, but only the fun ones. Ivana Bayanis. David Ivan Matthias Cherwanagrodsky, Edmonton, Alberta. Finally, no more last-minute cramming for exams. Now David is looking forward to getting into a career within the fields of either criminology or crime analysis. In fact, his favorite AU course was definitely crime analysis with Chris Hay. He thanks his dad, as well as Karen Ann, his uncle Peter, and other uncles and aunts, and his co-workers for the support each of them provided during his AU studies. They all contributed to his success. David Ivan Matthias Cherwanagrodsky. Chol Kaylee Deng at Lethbridge, Alberta. Chol is a South Sudan war survivor who, when he was 7 years old, was forced by the war to walk from South Sudan to Ethiopia barefoot. Ask him about it and he will tell you the story. He has never given up on his dream for achievement and is very proud of this degree. He acknowledges his instructor, John Middleton Hope, who was intelligent and kind. He also expresses great appreciation for the support he received from his wife and his children. Chol Kaylee Deng. Abra Lee Deisborg, Edmonton, Alberta. Abra's favorite AU tutor was Brenda Davis. Brenda made the coursework and assignments much more interesting. At one point during Abra's studies, she was also working at 3 jobs. She became overwhelmed and found it difficult to find the time to study, so she cut back to only 2 jobs, and that made things a lot less stressful. Special thanks go to Mitchell Palmer for the wonderful support he provided throughout her studies. Abra Lee Deisborg. Brianna Ashley Duchesman, Mississauga, Ontario. Brianna managed to graduate with distinction even while working a full-time job, planning a wedding, and buying her first house. She thanks her family for sharing this journey and being her biggest fans. She thanks Grandma for being the best roommate and for investing in Wi-Fi. It was a lifesaver. Brianna is a beekeeper and now plans to open a business to sell honey and teach people the importance of protecting the honeybees. Brianna Ashley Duchesman. Gerald Stephen Flynn, Calgary, Alberta. While Gerald found this journey to be filled with challenges and obstacles, it was still an immensely gratifying experience that broadened his understanding of both himself and the world around him. In addition to giving him a high level of personal satisfaction, the knowledge gained has been directly applicable to his career. All of the AU professors and staff were helpful, his family and friends were supportive, and his employer was very generous financially. Gerald Stephen Flynn. Carly Alexandria Giles, Edmonton, Alberta. Carly will remember her AU professors for their knowledge and their passion. It was very apparent that their desire was to see their students succeed. She thanks them for everything they contributed towards making her AU experience positive and productive. She also thanks her parents for the emotional and the financial support they provided throughout her studies. This degree will open doors of opportunity to her, both academic and career-wise. Carly Alexandria Giles. Kaitlyn Chantel Goulet, Edmonton, Alberta. One of Kaitlyn's biggest challenges was finding balance between a heavy course load, her career, and family and social life. It pushed her to develop some awesome time management skills that she's probably going to need as she pursues her career goals. She acknowledges her tutors who demonstrated genuine care for the success of their students. She thanks her friends, family, and her boyfriend for unwavering support and patience these past 2 years. Kaitlyn Chantel Goulet. Rodney Albert Gustafson, Calgary, Alberta. Rodney began working in broadcasting at 15 years of age and never thought about post-secondary school. However, after a quarter century of experience, he felt he needed to formalize his education. He appreciated the support he received from Dr. Evelyn Ellerman as he worked through this degree. He acknowledges Diane Conrad and the prior learning assessment staff, and he thanks his wife Donna for her support and for holding the family business together. Rodney Albert Gustafson. Logan Deloyd Heggie, Raymond, Alberta. Logan enjoyed his AU classes and appreciated the fact that his instructors had vast experience in their fields, which they related to their courses. He also appreciated how they were willing to work around their students' careers and busy lives. He thanks his wife Rochelle and his parents and grandparents for their understanding and ongoing support over the past 7 years. He gives special thanks to Krista Teeple for being an awesome student advisor. Logan Deloyd Heggie. Christine Leanne Jukes, Calgary, Alberta. Christine acknowledges her grandmother Georgette, who passed away a year ago. Saddened by the loss, she lost her focus for a time, but then drew upon her grandmother's memory for the motivation to continue. She thanks her parents, Rita and Terry Jukes, for their support throughout her studies, as well as her boyfriend Ryan, who helped her stay focused. She also thanks her boss, Kelly Snyder, for encouragement and for the vacation days she needed to complete AU assignments. Christine Leanne Jukes. Douglas Lemmermeyer, Edmonton, Alberta. Douglas gives honorable mention to the AU prior learning assessment process for helping him to examine his experiences and skills in a deeper way that still helps him to this day. He acknowledges his children, Jamie and Lucy, for understanding why he was not able to play in the evenings and on weekends. He gives special thanks to his wife and partner, Claire, for the countless bedtimes and events she spent as a quote, unquote, single parent due to his studies. Douglas Lemmermeyer. Kevin Kenneth Lewis, Thompson, Manitoba. Completing this degree is an achievement that Kevin has desired for many years. He has benefited from it professionally, and he has inspired others that he works with to adopt some of the qualities he learned in his leadership course. He thanks his wife Beryl and his children Riley and Caden for putting up with all of the late nights he spent studying. Now, in the evening, he is looking forward to hanging out with Beryl again instead of with books. Kevin Kenneth Lewis. Crystal Valine Leitz, Gibbons, Alberta. Crystal chose AU because it seemed like the best fit for her. It allowed her to transfer from her MacEwan University Investigation Studies diploma and further her education by completing her criminal justice degree. She thanks her parents for their guidance, love, and support. Without it, she would not be who she is today. She also thanks the friends she made on this journey for the encouragement they provided along the way. Crystal Valine Leitz. Andrew Philip Liu, Edmonton, Alberta. Andrew has many wonderful memories from these past few years of his studies. All of his professors were great. For the record, just in case he runs into Professor Nand sometime down the road, he will do his best to never forget the Oakes test of 1986. He offers his sincere thanks to all who supported him through his studies, including his family, friends, professors, co-workers, and AU staff members with whom he had contact. Andrew Philip Liu. Cindy Lee Lowry, Edmonton, Alberta. Cindy loves to camp and hike, so it was not unusual to pack her textbooks, laptop, assignments into her backpack and head out into a national or a provincial park to get things done. By the way, putting 30 pounds of textbooks in your backpack and hiking 18 kilometers is great preparation for climbing Mount Robson. One memory from AU was her Philosophy 231 course. It was frightening at first, but Bruce Morito made it quite enjoyable. Cindy Lee Lowry. Kaylee Patricia Manson, Bonnyville, Alberta. Kaylee will always appreciate the help that she received from her AU tutors when she needed it. She thanks her father and her late mother for their constant support of her interest in education. It was challenging to continue her studies after the loss of her mother in 2013, but her mom was always so supportive of her education that her memory pushed Kaylee to complete this degree. After a break from school, she plans to apply to law school in the fall. Kaylee Patricia Manson. Jillian Ray Martin, Beaumont, Alberta. One challenge that Jillian faced was managing a full course load that resulted in 3 to 5 projects a week for an entire final semester. Between the late nights, lots of coffee, and working together with good friends, they all managed to get their work handed in on time. She thanks her friends and her family too for always being supportive. Now she is excited about continuing school to complete her master's, something she had never imagined she would be saying. Jillian Ray Martin. Catherine Elizabeth McDonald, Calgary, Alberta. Catherine completed her degree while working at several jobs, including being a helicopter reporter for Global News and AM 770, a radio announcer for CJ92 and Virgin Radio, a flight attendant for WestJet, and doing charity work. She acknowledges her father, Ron, her mother, Gail, her friends, including her boyfriend, Cody, as well as her big brother, John, and amazing sister, Crystal, for all the support they gave her during her degree studies. Catherine Elizabeth McDonald. Ryan Elena McDougall, Red Deer, Alberta. Working full-time while being a full-time student and a single mom was tough for Ryan, but obtaining a degree was an important goal for her. AU's online learning format made it possible. The support of family, friends, and co-workers has also been instrumental in this achievement. Additionally, she acknowledges Fran Holler from the Prior Learning Assessment and Recognition Office and each of her instructors and professors for the beneficial feedback they provided. Ryan Elena McDougall. Christopher Robert Moore, Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Christopher very much appreciated the kindness and understanding shown by AU professors when helping and guiding their students. Also, the unique experiences and senses of humor they shared helped to create a good learning environment in the classes. He thanks his parents, who were instrumental in supporting him throughout this journey. He also thanks his classmates and his instructors who helped him successfully navigate challenging assignments. Christopher Robert Moore. Supriya Shaliza Narayan, Edmonton, Alberta. Supriya appreciated and enjoyed the opportunity to take classes through correspondence, and her entire AU experience went well with no challenges. She thanks her parents and her two favorite professors, Nand Nareen and Clayton Wilburn, for the contributions each of them have made to her personal and professional life. This achievement puts her one step closer to accomplishing her ultimate goal, and she now plans to apply for a master's program. Supriya Shaliza Narayan. Troy Zaya Osbey, Edmonton, Alberta. One of the fondest memories that Troy will take away from these past few years with AU will be the pre-class housekeeping with Nand Nareen before Nand's lectures. Troy gives a big thank you to his family for their unconditional support. His studies were further enhanced by outstanding professors who provided memorable learning experiences. Now he is looking forward to the upcoming years of law school. Troy Zaya Osby. Ramona Jeanette Quaquish, Sioux Lookout, Ontario. When Ramona completed this degree, she thought, never again, no more school. However, she's already thinking about enrolling in the master's program. She has come to realize that the desire for learning will always be present with her and that it can be accomplished in a variety of ways. She thanks her sponsors for providing assistance, her children for learning patience, and her husband for being her biggest supporter. Ramona Jeanette Quaquish. Julie Ann Schuster, Stony Plain, Alberta. One thing Julie will always remember is the heart and compassion of many of her AU professors. She appreciated the help she received from AU Student Services, and she formed some great relationships with her professors, helping her to make it through some difficult times. She thanks her family for their support, as well as her closest friend who pushed her through to graduation. Without her friend's help, she would not be here today. Julie Ann Schuster. Catherine Estelle Sturdivant, Bridgetown, Nova Scotia. Catherine was awarded her dream job while still working on this degree. A degree was a prerequisite, but since she was in her 4th year of study, she was hired on the condition that she complete the degree within a certain time. So the degree began paying dividends even before it was done. She thanks her husband, who was her biggest supporter and fan, and also her family, friends, and colleagues, her prior learning assessment recognition mentor, and her professors. Catherine Estelle Sturdivant. Katrina Catherine Ursel, Stony Plain, Alberta. Katrina chose AU because she felt it was the best university to enroll in for the criminal justice program and because it was close to home. She will never forget her critical thinking class shared with her fellow students. They all had the greatest feeling when they passed that class. She acknowledges and thanks her family and her fiancé for their continued support throughout the pursuit of her degree. Katrina Catherine Ursel. Sebastian Wow Jack, Edmonton, Alberta. Sebastian chose AU because his police and investigative diploma from MacEwan University carried over into a criminal justice degree. A highlight of his AU studies was the alternate dispute resolution class, where he enjoyed the role-playing assignments. He thanks his family for supporting him throughout his degree studies. He also acknowledges his professors for playing a major role in his completion of this degree. Sebastian Wow Jack. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Professional Arts graduates.